and good morning for day 2, the final day of the HGC Finals here at BlizzCon 2018. We had an incredible day 1. My name is Kevin and I am your host for today's final event. It's gonna be amazing. We had an incredible set of games yesterday, but we did see NA and China fall out of the tournament. The story for today, EU versus Korea, Gen G versus Team Liquid, and Miracle versus Dignitas. It's gonna be an amazing day today. We will crown a global champion, and this will be the prize. Names etched on the base. It's gonna be worth it, guys. Thanks for being here with us in person at BlizzCon. Thanks for being with us on the stream. Those of you who are watching live, we got an incredible set of talent over at the desk, headed by Gillyweed. We're going over there right now.
That's right. Today is the day when legacies are forged. I'm Gillyweed here with Caldor, Trixler, and Dreadnought. And Caldor, it has been quite the journey over the past 2 weeks to get to this point.
It definitely was, and we had a lot of surprises coming in, but now we're heading into Liquid versus Gen G as the first semi-final of the day, and that alone could be spicy, especially considering that Liquid already took one map off Gen G.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. And talking a little bit about yesterday, Trixler, Caldor already mentioned it, or Kevin already mentioned it. We've said goodbye to 4 teams, but also to China and North America.
That we did, but another team that also really surprised me is that Miracle, making it all the way here to the semifinals, putting on a show. Judy is playing out of his mind right now. I am actually a little worried for Dignitas today because of how well Miracle's been playing.
You're not alone.
Dreadnought, Miracle being able to take out Tempest finally, the win that mattered the most, because Tempest unable to adapt to the tournament meta the way we would have liked.
Yeah, I do think that there is a little bit to be looking at on the side of Tempest, but I, throughout the entirety of this tournament, have felt like Judy and Blue Beetle and the rest of the roster of Miracle has been that potential dark horse. And yesterday, they very much kind of, met up to snuff here when it came to the level and the bar that we have been setting for them. And suddenly it looks at it and we go, could this be a Korea versus EU finals? That's what we all kind of hoped and dreamed for. But now it's like, is this going to be Korea versus Korea? We don't know.
Well, that leads us to today. 4 teams, 3 best of 5s to find our 2018 Heroes Global Champion. A team that wins that not only gains that title for an entire year, but a $500,000 prize pool as part of the total $1 million prize pool. We've been talking a lot about Miracle, but Dreadnought, Gen G came in last year as the favorites. Is that still the case?
Coming into it, I think they are the favorites, yeah, when looking at the entirety of the tournament. It's just that whether or not, I feel like, again, whether or not Miracle is the team that is going to be the kind of surprise for us all, and whether or not Dignitas can really meet up to the Western hopes that everybody's been able to set for them. When we're looking at the opening weeks and opening groups, I feel like Dignitas very much was that threatening, dominant team, but I feel like we are still yet to see whether or not Gen G has really been pushed and threatened. Today will be that day, and how they respond when they are threatened will really define whether or not they are going to be our first repeated, world champion.
Trick, do you agree?
I don't know if they can be threatened. I mean, they haven't played anything out of the ordinary. They played the Sergeant Hammer compositions. They've played very, very standard the entire time and shutting down all their opponents. In fact, even matching them and then exceeding past that. Gen G, if they're going to be threatened at all, I wonder if it has to be Miracle that makes it way to that grand finals, or if Dignitas has something prepared for them, because Gen G is definitely the favorite to win this entire thing.
But what about Team Liquid?
They are very confident. They are heading into this as the underdog, I would say. I think there's no doubt about it. But they have shown already a couple of strategies that a lot of people haven't really expected. We've seen, for example, the Vikings coming in again, this time played by Eternal, since Liquid has been shifting it up slightly. So they definitely have a couple of drafts prepared, but they are in an underdog position, but they feel confident. I talked to them behind the stage, and they said, we feel we can take this today. Give us a good map, a little bit of momentum, and we have a chance here.
How important is it talking about showing things, showing strategies for Gen G? Gen G has never been the team to hide strategies, Dreadnought.
Yeah, they haven't been a team to have that many pocket strategies, and I feel like that's why them sticking to the standard that we have expected from them so far coming into this tournament is a benefit for them, just because it makes it seem like their draft priority is going to be the same going into every single series. But I do think that it's unlikely that we have that over, kind of reactive, oh, here's our pocket strategy coming out from a roster like Gen G. But when they do have creative picks and it slightly adjusts, like things like the Alderac, the Sergeant Hammer, it usually looks very, very good in their hands.
There are 4 teams here. Who do we feel has the best adjustments to the tournament meta and the better hold of the tournament meta? Can we definitively give an answer to that?
For me, it'd be Dignitas. I mean, Dignitas has always been about adaptation since the beginning of the year. They want to make sure that they can respond to what you see in a best-of-5 series. They want to make sure that even if they don't win the battle, say a game 1 or a game 2, they win the war every single time. So if Dignitas sees what's coming their way, and if we do get that special flavor from Gen G in the semifinals because Team Liquid pushes it, I can see Dignitas adjusting.
Well, yesterday set the stage for what we have today and our final 4 teams. Let's take a closer look and a recap of the quarterfinals before we move in to the final day of BlizzCon.
And it is my pleasure and honor to welcome you to BlizzCon.
Our first match promises to be explosive, as China's sole remaining hope brings the fight to the current world champion.
Really well played here from Gen.G thus far.
Hey, whoa!
And this is going to be the big combo. Look at reset. Here's one. And he's going to look for the second one here. Everyone's got to get out. There's the second kill.
Hugo is gone. That is going to be GG. And Gen.G will take game number 2 and move on to the semi-finals.
We are moments away from our first iteration of NA versus Europe, and we are packing the house. I want all of you out there in here, in the seats, because this is going to be a good one.
Heroes hard with the kill. Let's go ahead. Give me some resets, homie. Let's make it 4. And you know what? Let's make it 5 for good measure as Heroes Heart will take game number 1.
And look at this. Team Liquid fight back and claim game number 2, tying up this series. It looks like Team Liquid will send home North America's #1 seed, Heroes Heart Esports, in a 2-1 victory.
Up next, Tempo Storm, the last North American hope, versus Dignitas.
What a series we are about to watch. What?
Let's go! Everything in favor of Dignitas. But now they have to deal with this. Murky will fall again. Murky will fall again.
Dignitas coming out in game number 1. They will not fall victim to cheese.
Dignitas has done it. They have taken down Tempo Storm and made their way with a date with Destiny in the round of 4.
I mean, Rich is kind of overrated, so playing against him again would be kind of a waste of time. So it'd be really exciting to have an all-EU final. So I think I'm rooting for Team Liquid to make it. You know, tough luck, Rich, but maybe next year.
Well, Gen.G has already made it through. We'll find out which Korean team will join them in the semifinals with our next match of Korea versus Korea.
3, Sign moves in, they're trying to find a pick, but Tempest is running away with the tail between the legs. Around the bunker as Snipers are trying to find Tether, and he finds a big one.
Maiev just wrecking through Tempest.
Miracle knows this game is done. One more kill comes in, one more channel on the altar, and Miracle is able to grab the victory over Tempest. There it is!
God, and Miracle takes the 2-0 in the series.
When it matters, on the big stage, Miracle is able to turn it around, and they do it in a decisive manner, a 2-0 Caldor.
I think it's very important to note that no Murlocs were harmed in the making of this video. But guys, Trixler, Liquid, they have been strengthening. Miracle, they have been strengthening all the way up to the semifinals now. Can they make it further?
Yeah, diesel. If you look at Team Liquid, they're like a diesel engine. It takes a while for them to wind up, but once they get going, they get going. Their cylinders are all firing, and when this team is on firing, they are destroying their opponents. My fear is if they come into game number 1 and Gen.G shuts them down, if Team Liquid will crumble a little bit, because they always have that at the back of their head, that Liquid curse. Is it going to be something that hurts them too much? And that's what I'm worried about, and hoping their mental state is on point today.
I actually don't think we have to worry about that. First of all, group stage, they had a similar situation. The first map there was pretty much a shutdown from Gen.G. It was really well done, and the Liquid came back. The worry that you have, I feel that too when we're looking at league play and the entire season, but I feel the tournament momentum is something that they really thrive on under pressure here. We have to remember that they're still going up against an opponent that is incredibly tough to beat, but I think that Liquid is going to take it one map at a time, and if they at any point gain momentum, I actually think it's going to work in their favor.
Yeah, my hope would be that by this point in the tournament, everyone who's here does have the mental strength to be a world champion. Let's take a look at the bracket, though, and Dreadnought, this first question's coming to you. It's about our second semifinal. Team Dignitas, ever since last year's mid-season brawl, has been known as the Korean Slayers, the team that took out many Korean teams and has continued to do so. How much of a concern do you think Dig has? We've expressed concern for them with Miracle, but how much of a concern does Dig have about Miracle?
I feel like there is definitely concern when looking at the success that they have had as of late and that kind of ramping up that we have seen from them. But I think there is kind of maybe calm before the storm of the fact that there has been some consistent patterns when it comes to the pick priority and the way that they end up playing the battlegrounds. A lot of it, skirmishing has been a large focus for the Korean teams as well, especially when looking at Miracle, and that can be out-traded by Europe's overall largest strength through the macro play that they can kind of hook and prod around the battleground and put Miracle in a lose-lose scenario rather frequently. But I do think it will be a very tense match no matter the case or whatever drafts we see from both teams.
Well, our first match today will be Gen.G versus Team Liquid and Caldor. Team Liquid is the only team in our top 4 that did drop a map yesterday. Does this give any indication of strength level versus the other 3, or is it more so that their opponent was quite frankly, the strongest.
Yeah, I actually think that when we're looking at Heroes Heart, they did an incredible job in the group stage. They did fantastic also in yesterday's matches. You can make a strong argument that even in Game 2, if they played it a little bit different with their adjustment, they could have won the series. So I feel Liquid had a tough opponent. I don't think the map loss is a problem for them. Again, as I said, they are very motivated. They are incredible. They're going into the series and they're saying, we can win this. We have the confidence and we can take that now. And I expect that they have also a couple of juicy drafts. They might just try and bait out a ban against the Vikings occasionally, but we have seen in Europe some Muro plays. We've seen Valera. We've seen a lot of different things that haven't really made it into the tournament here yet, at least not on the European side. And I could see some of that pop up.
Yeah, Trick, there was some expression from Gen G all the way back before any of these teams faced off in the group stage about Team Liquid and some of those juicy picks.
I mean, there's definitely some variety available for Team Liquid. If you look at Hasselhoff alone, he brings a different amount of wild cards to this team. I mean, you have the ZAKRIA picks we had in the past, the Tychus, which has been one a little bit more frequent lately, but also that Jaina, Ring of Frost. He's 4-0 right now in this tournament when it comes to actually playing the Jaina. So you having that ability to flex forward and you have a strong backliner like Arcaner, you know you have a good team that can get those kills.
Well, the last time these two teams faced off was the semifinal of the 2016 Summer Global Championship. So let's see if Team Liquid can win that rematch or if Gen G climbs one step closer to Dynasty.
Facing Gen G in the semifinals is basically like facing them in the grand final. They are the top dog of the tournament, I'd say. We scrimmed a lot against Gen G during the opening week, so we have a very good feeling how they like to play, and we also tied in the group 1-1 against them. We took a map. So there's definitely a chance, but Gen G is the favorite, I'd say. But yeah, we will not, we go in with a fight and we will try our best to win.
I'm really excited for the Gen G matchup. We had a really good match in the opening week match where we went 1-1 against them, and I'm feeling very confident actually against Gen G. We've had really good results against them in scrims, and I think we have a unique meta that they're struggling to do with at the moment, so we'll see how we go in the match.
작년에 이제 블리즈컵 관중들 보고 좀 많이 놀랐어요. 사람이 엄청 많아가지고. 근데 그만큼 이제 가슴 떨리고 이제 그래서 올해도 앞에 많은 관중들이 봐준다면은 오히려 저희 팀은 좀 더 실력 상승하고 더 좋은 경기력으로 게임을 할 수 있지 않을까 싶어요. 팀 리퀴드랑은 연습을 많이 해봤어요. 거기에서 근데 아크레너라는 선수가 정말 잘하거든요. 그 선수를 중심으로 이제 한타에서 모든 연계가 시작되고 저희보다 솔직히 연계 조합으로 갔을 때 정말 잘하는 팀이라서 그 점만 조심하면은 무난하게 가지 않을까 싶어요.
Gentlemen, please lend me your energy. This is the most pinnacle match for this team's year right now. Please welcome in the red corner, the Geilen Bangaphone Team Liquid! And over here in the blue corner, you know them. They are our reigning global champions from Korea, Gen G! All right, captains, let's start this day off right. Center stage to shake hands. Okay, let's get it started. Over to you, Gillyweed.
I'm not gonna lie, watching Sake and Hasselhoff walk toward each other on the stage, shaking hands, that made me feel something. That's special.
What a big moment for Hasselhoff in particular.
Yeah.
How many years has he been competing? And this has been the major stage he wants to get to, and he's gotten this far. It's been so long for him.
Also, coming here to the main stage was already a big accomplishment. Just imagine you make it to BlizzCon for the first time, and then all of a sudden you drop out of groups. That would have been a total nightmare. But he not only made it on the stage, they made it to the final day too. So there must be a lot of adrenaline pumping through his veins just for that simple reason.
I mean, Kaldor, you have been friends, teammates with Hasselhoff. I mean, your friendship transcends genres, transcends games.
He drove him around.
This should be a moment for you too, right? have your moment.
It's awesome seeing them here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's really a lot of fun, and I'm really, really happy for him, and it would be fantastic if they had a good showing here. If they can take games off Gen G, that would be great. Maybe they can build that momentum. We always have to remember, as they said in the interview, they are the underdog here, but we have seen a lot of Cinderella stories in the past year, and I wouldn't put it past them. If they have a good start, gain a bit of momentum, Gen G maybe has a bit of an off day, they have a shot.
Yeah, the G stands for Goliath, I think, in this matchup for sure. Dread, you have been a fan of Gen G for as long as I've known you. What is it about this team that allows them to be at the top or near the top for years and years?
I think a lot of it comes down to just really understanding team fight priority and kill targets and when to execute within those team fights itself. The